Tom, all you got to do is approve the camera and the audio. I hope everything will work out, man, because let me tell you, I had the opportunity to meet Tom Schreiter, Tom Big Al Schreiter. There he is. My friend, can you hear me? Can you see me?
And maybe, all right, we'll see each other.
I can hear you, so I can definitely hear you.
All right.
And there you are.
We got progress.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. You can see me and you can hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I had the opportunity to meet this incredible gentleman. It was, I believe, October of 2019. He was our featured speaker at an incredible event that we did in Ukraine, in Kiev, Ukraine, and in that area of the world. And I had no idea he was going to be speaking. You see, I thought I was a featured speaker, and then he shows up. And I'm like, all right. I took out my yellow pad, and every time we went to dinner, every time we had lunch, every time we met, he was just talking, and I was taking notes. It was either taking notes on my phone or taking notes on my yellow pad. Tom Schreiter is one of the most renowned names and voices of the world of network marketing. He is a lover of our industry, of companies like ours, and he is someone that has taught me so much. As a matter of fact, the things that I learned from him in those 2 or 3 days that we were together, I constantly apply to my business now. So I want you to know that you guys are in for a special treat. I want to welcome to the virtual stage my good friend and amazing leader, Tom Big Al Schreiter. Tom, take it away, my friend.
Well, thanks, Abel, and for everybody watching. Here's what we're thinking. We're thinking, well, this is all great, but if I'm going to get to 55,000, I need to be able to talk to a whole lot of people in a hurry. So let's learn how to talk to people quickly. So even if you're shy or don't know what to say, we will learn in the next 30 minutes exactly what to do. So first thing we have to do is have an appointment or to talk to somebody, and I get it. I was a shy, nerdy, personality-free, charisma bypass engineer, and I was scared to talk to people. So if you're shy right now, don't worry. We are going to learn how to talk to people in a way that will never make us feel bad or embarrassed and will make them feel great. So all we have to do, if we want to get lots of appointments to talk to people, is 2 things. So here's step number 1. Step number 1 is we have to build our belief in the business. Now, I was talking to InCruises rep or chatting over Messenger not too long ago, and he says, how do I restart my business? Well, here's how you restart. You do a belief about your business. So think about your product. Call somebody who's taken a cruise. Call somebody who saved a lot of money from the cruise. Call somebody who says it's the best experience ever. And if you don't have any customers, call somebody else's customers or ask your upline, who can I talk to? And when we listen to them say, oh, it's changed my life. I have an income. I'm getting cruise credits right now, and I'm not paying anything, and I just can't wait to take the cruise. What happens in our mind? We build a belief so huge that we don't feel like we're selling people. No. What we're thinking is everybody needs to know it. So instead of us going with the intention of trying to sell somebody or to sign them up, we go with the intention of, hey, you just need to know this. Whether you do something with it or not, you just need to know it. Now, here's what happens in real life. In real life, the decision to join the business or not to join the business or to cruise or not to cruise doesn't happen in the presentation. No. It happens way before. People look at us and figure out what we're up to. I want you to imagine 10,000 years ago, 2 cavemen meet in the forest and they see each other for the first time. They have to take a look at the other caveman's face and instantly determine, are you a friend or am I about to die? So for thousands of generations, we've had this DNA that we are able to look at people and kind of figure out what their agenda is. Because the people who didn't get the agenda right, they died. So if you are alive today, you are able to look at people, listen to them, kind of figure out, look at their facial expressions, what's up. Don't believe me? Try this. Try seeing a salesman come toward us. When a salesman comes toward us, we just know. And after a couple words, we just know they are a salesman. And we make an instant decision. Be careful. Don't believe anything they say. Be skeptical. Hide. Guard your wallet. Guard your money. Yeah. So what we want to do is create a belief inside of us that shows through. Now, how do people figure out our agenda? How do they know what we're up to? They look at us and they pick up clues, such as tone of voice. When our mother looked in our bedroom when we were small and she stuck her head inside, we listened to her voice and we could tell pretty quick if she was angry or it was going to be okay. They look at our facial expressions, and the human face can make like almost 30 different poses per second. And our subconscious mind reads what's going on. We look at their face and say, that's their agenda. And there's many other things, but the point is, you and I have the natural ability to look at somebody and make a judgment if they're there for my benefit or for their benefit. And conversely, all the prospects have that same ability for us. They can look at us and say, whoa, are you trying to sell me or are you here to help me? Now, how do we control our microfacial expressions, our tone of voice, our body language? Easy. The way to control it all automatically is just change our intention. So if our intention is to try to sell them, they see it. If our intention is to help them, our body language, our microfacial expressions, our tone of voice, all automatically adjust. So all we have to do is just change one thought in our mind. I believe in this so much that everybody needs to know. I can't keep it secret or else they'd be really upset if I kept it secret from them. So I have to let them know, and then I've done my job. I'm not responsible if they don't want to take advantage of it. I'm not responsible for their past life or what emotional baggage they carry or they can't do math that they would save, or if their mother dropped them on their head, or they just hate everybody from my neighborhood, it's okay. Our job is to just let them know. So step number one is build a belief. And how do we do that? We talk to satisfied customers, or people who are representatives who've got paychecks, people who just love it to death. And if you're afraid to talk to people, that means we haven't listened to enough of those. So remember, we're shy. We don't want to talk to people, but if we're shy, we will talk to people if we can help them. For example, if there was a fire in the room and we're shy, but there's a fire extinguisher, I think we'd let people know, wouldn't we? Sure. So if our belief is so strong from talking to people, we won't be afraid of talking to people. That's us personally. So step number one is create a big belief. And if you've been on a cruise or have started accumulating a lot of credits, your belief is from your personal experience, but spread out, talk to other people. If for any reason you feel shy about talking to people, here's the problem. We don't believe right now. So we need to talk to other people. Now here's step two. Step two is how we present this to people. Our words can make a difference. So let's try this. If you try to close somebody or tell them what to do or manipulate them or high pressure sales, they're going to have a bad experience and they're going to back away. And then we're going to feel bad. But remember, we have our belief. So here's what we're going to do. All we're going to do is offer people an option. Now, I want you to consider the word option. We're not going to give them a presentation because presentation means you're trying to sell me something. We're just going to give them an option. And what does options mean? Options mean if you're the one listening, it's okay. If you do it or if you don't do it, totally okay. And for us, we give them an option, and it's okay if they take it or not. It's up to them. We don't know what's happened before we met them. So by giving people options, we will never be rejected. All we did is gift them something that helped. Now, people love options in their life. They don't like sales presentations, but they love options. So let me give you an example. You go to the cruise buffet, and all they have is tofu. So all you have is tofu? Yeah. Well, we would want extra options. People always want extra options. So if we offer people an option, they love to talk to us because they say, well, if it's an option, you're okay if I take it or not. So we don't want to pressure people. We just give them an option. Now, let me just give you an idea what option we give them. The option we give people is our wonderful business, our wonderful cruises. And the other option is they can keep their miserable life the same without it. That's it. So if we believe in what we offer, and then we offer to them by saying, hey, here's what we have to offer to make your life better. You can take it or keep your miserable life without it the same. You say, well, that sounds pretty simple. You mean I don't have to be a salesman or anything? No, you don't have to be a salesman. People give us appointments and talk about this, but here's what's really cool. You might be nervous and saying, well, I guess I can give options to people, but then what? Then what? Well, here's the good news. There's a secret about our minds, and our mind says we will make an instant decision before you even give us a presentation or before we even set the appointment. We make up our minds right away before the information. So if you've been worried about showing them a video or a link or explaining how it works, don't worry. They've already made their decision before that happens. Let me give you a couple examples. It's hard for us to imagine that they're going to make a decision to join our business or to want to be a member just to get cruise credits. It's hard to believe that they're going to make that decision without even knowing about it, but it's how the mind works. Example number one, I'm going to say two words, Donald Trump. Now, after I said Donald Trump, chances are you made a decision. You made a decision before I started explaining anything. If you're from Europe and I say the words Brexit, you say, oh, you already made up your mind about Brexit. It was good or bad before I read the 6,000 pages of the document. So think about how quick we make up our mind. So if I was in Antalya right now with Tatiana and Abel, let's say I was the front of the room and the three of us are there, and I say, at the end of this meeting today, Abel, Tatiana, and I are going for ice cream. Who wants to come with us? Half the people raise their hand. Now, they've already made a decision. So half the people raise their hand and says, yeah, and half the people say, oh, no, I don't like ice cream. I'm watching my weight. I got to get back to my room to my babysitter. And that's okay. But they made that instant decision before we told them where the ice cream parlor was, before we told them how many flavors of ice cream, before we told them if Abel was going to pay for everybody's ice cream or not. Everyone there in that room made an instant decision before they heard any of the details. So when you and I talk to people, guess what? They will make instant decisions before we tell them all about the cruise credits and how you can get this money. They make up their mind right away. And you say, wait a minute. So if they make up their mind right away and no details, what do they make up their mind about? Well, here's what they're going to make up their mind about. Number one, they're going to look at us and say, what's your intention? They look at our facial expressions. They pick up that we want to help them. And number two, well, we got to make a decision, but our human minds are kind of lazy. When I make a decision, please make it easy. Just give me two choices. Not a lot of choices. I don't want to think. I want to save my thinking power for Netflix or something. So just give me two choices. Make it multiple choice. And so we say, hey, here's what we have to offer, or keep your life the same. And people love it. And if they join or don't join, that's up to them. We're not in charge of their life. We're not in charge of the job they chose or the spouse they chose. We're only in charge of gifting them an option. Okay. So they're going to make up their mind on our intention. They're probably going to see our belief all over us, but we will have to say a few words, won't we? So let's learn some words that we can say so more people want to join. So I'll show you a little brain trick. Now, there's lots of brain tricks we can use, and for those who have read the books, you know about them, but I'll repeat it because many people here may not have read the book. But here's a brain trick that is so much fun, and that is, as humans, we don't want to change our minds. Yep, whatever in our mind, we say, you know what, it's probably okay. I don't want to work hard and change my mind and think things through again. Whatever I think is okay. And that is why when we talk to people, they go, I'm okay. I don't want to do anything different, because they're lazy. They don't want to change their mind. It's too much work. So what's in their mind tends to stay. Now, let me show you how bad that is. So let's say it's the World Cup, and your country is playing another country. So there's a star player on the other country who commits a crime. And what do we think? Well, they should ban him from the games. Sure. But if that star player who committed the crime was from our team, we're going, well, no, we need to look at things. We need to reconsider. Let's just see. Interesting. So our brain trick is, if people have certain beliefs in their mind, they tend to stay with it. So here is where it goes wrong. Watch this as I ask you for an appointment. I say, I have this network marketing opportunity. Do you want to give me a sales presentation appointment? Go, what's in our minds? We're thinking, sales presentation appointment? No, I don't have any time. I'm busy watching Netflix. And I don't want any salesmen. And it's already in my mind that I don't like salesmen, and they're going to cost me money. The answer is an instant no, because that's what's already in my mind. Now, if you figured this out, you're already thinking, wait a minute. So instead of me asking for a sales presentation, what they don't want, why don't I ask them a question where the answer is already yes in their mind? So if the answer is already yes in their mind, ka-ching, the sale is made. So let me give you an example. So they say, what's up? And I say, do you like holidays? Now, if I ask somebody, do you like holidays? What is most people going to say? Yeah, I don't have to change my mind on that. I like holidays. You and I talk the same. You and I are in total rapport. We're like blood brothers, blood sisters, joined at the hip, Vulcan mind meld. Yeah, we're in it. And the decision has already been made that they like holidays. Now, you and I know that if they like holidays, they can pay too much or pay less, right? That's a no-brainer. The decision's already been made that they love holidays. So what we're going to do is start off with a question or a statement that they already believe. So let's try another one. Do you like to save money? Now, I don't know where you live, but where I live, if I ask somebody if they like to save money, they say, well, of course I like saving money. Only idiots pay too much. I like to save money on everything. I don't like paying full retail for, yeah. And already the answer is yes. And they might say, well, how can I save money? And then we can tell them about our business. Or let's try a more specific one. I could ask, would you like to get paid for your holiday travel? And they go, holiday travel, that sounds good. Getting paid sounds good. Well, yeah. How does that work? And I said, well, let's talk. Talk now or later. And they said, well, they're going to give us an appointment. So all I said was, would you like to get paid for holiday travel? And most people are going to say yes. Now, you will run across a couple people who have brain damage, which means they have talked to somebody in the past that was an evil salesman that damaged their brain, and they're just scared of their shadow. And that's okay. We're not responsible for that. We can't help. Or if we're just being sleazy and just trying to make a sale so we can qualify for the next level, they're going to pick that up. But if we really want to help that person, would you like to get paid for holiday travel? They're going to pick that up and say, wow, yeah, I like you. How about this one? This is a good conversation starter. Say, after 2020, what kind of holiday do you think you deserve? Now, what are people going to say? Well, I think I deserve a holiday at my mother-in-law's apartment with her 32 cats. No, they're not going to say that. What are they going to say? I think I deserve a good holiday. I need a real relaxation holiday, something big time here, because it's been a tough, tough year. Because not only did I have to work, and I was locked down at the house, and I had to homeschool the children, and it's just a big, yeah, they're ready. So after 2020, what kind of holiday do you think you deserve? Now, nobody's going to reject us on that question. We're going to have a nice conversation. And they say, if you can help me, please do. So we try another question. Would taking a cruise feel good if cruises were not so expensive? Now, we're taking advantage of some things in their mind. They think, well, of course, taking a cruise would feel good. It would feel awesome. But I've never decided on a cruise because, they're so expensive. I would never waste that much money on that. I need to save money. Well, we're reading their minds, aren't we? And all we said was, would taking a cruise feel good if cruises were not so expensive? And they said, well, if it wasn't so expensive, yeah, that would feel good. We're in conversation. And could they save? Yeah. As a matter of fact, they could sign up a few people and hardly pay anything. Now, that's really inexpensive. So let's try another one. I'm going to read their minds. Would it be okay if we could get extra money for our holidays? Think how many people need extra money right now. They say, boy, after the lockdown and changing hours and wage reductions, yeah, it'd be okay if I could get some extra money for our holidays. I would love it because we could have a better time, take the whole family. And all we did was ask a simple question, and presto, the decision was made. So how about this one? how would you feel if somebody else paid for our holidays? Now ask that to somebody, and I think you're going to get a pretty positive response. How would you feel if someone else paid for our holidays? Well, they're going to say, I'd feel great. How does that work? All right, so the decision's been made. All we have to do is give them some details. So you say, well, how would I give them details? Well, you might say, well, what would you like to know first? And they say, well, how does it all work? And we just tell them. So don't worry about the presentation, all that. All the selling has been done way ahead of time. And this takes the pressure off of us, takes the pressure off of them. Everybody is happy. How about this question? You could say this. Would you go on a cruise if Abel paid for it? The other person goes, huh? Who's Abel? And then you can explain how Abel can help them pay for the cruise. And everybody will be loving Abel. And they say, who's Abel? Tell my friend about Abel. We can tell the Abel story over here. It's so easy to start the conversation, to talk to people. And you're thinking, well, that sounds great. But I have plenty of things to say. But what? I'm not afraid to talk to people. I just want to give them the message. I give them an option. They make up their minds right away. People are going to take holidays for less. They're going to have great cruises. What else could hold me back? Oh, yeah. Here's what could hold me back. And that is there's this pandemic going on, and I can't meet anybody in person. Well, I got this phone call. This was about 8 months ago. It just started the pandemic in the UK, and this person called me, and she said, it's so hard now. I can't meet anybody. I'm a person-to-person talker. I don't know how to use the internet or anything. I can't do business anymore because all the social distancing and lockdown is so difficult for me. I might as well quit. And I said, well, tell me about your business. Do you talk to people person-to-person? She says, yeah, I talk to people person-to-person. I said, great. How's that work out? Oh, it works out really great. Mm-hmm. And do you occasionally have to talk to people that maybe live far away, like 100 or 200 or 300 kilometers away? Yeah. So do you drive and meet them also? No. If they live that far away, I just call them on the phone or do a Zoom call or something like that. I said, oh, okay. So before, if they live far away, you talk to them over the phone, correct? Yeah. And now you have to talk to them over the phone. Is that correct? Yeah. Well, nothing's changed. So don't use that for excuse. Absolutely nothing has changed. Oh, wait. I says, wait a minute, something has changed. Now that people are locked down, they're easier to catch and get a hold of. I mean, they're home all day. It's pretty easy to talk to them and get an appointment. And here's what also is nice. People are probably worried about their jobs. So they probably want more income. Yeah. And people are worried about their money. They probably want to save money on their holidays, and we can help them save money. And wait a minute. It's so much easier now to talk to people than before. Because right now, they get all these advantages, and we don't have to travel and see them. As a matter of fact, we have more free time. We don't have to travel so much. It's so much easier now with the pandemic than it was before. And people say, yeah, this is the best time ever to sponsor. Now, let me ask. When the virus thing is over, how many people will be scrambling saying, I need a holiday? My time has come. I just had too much of this. I can't wait to start. Well, we'll be there to help them, won't we? We will be able to tell them exactly how they can, well, maybe not win a vacation, but earn a vacation. We can show them how to get their family involved. People look for us. So if you're looking for a business where you help people, this is a good way of doing it. And if you're looking for people that would like to earn money, now's a good time. Lots of people want to earn money. All we have to do is say, hey, learn what to say and believe in what you do. Excuse me. So what are you going to do? After this event, are we going to instantly maybe talk to a few people that have taken the cruises and loved it? Or pull out our pictures of our cruise? Yeah, we're going to build that strong belief. Next, we're going to transfer that belief to people by just having the right intention, aren't we? And then all we do is give them an option. We say you can pay for cruises at full price, or maybe find a discount on the newspaper, or you can earn a free cruise with us. What sounds better? And they say, I would rather pay full price and lead my miserable life. No, they don't say that. They say, this sounds like a great opportunity. And then they might say something like, okay, I guess I'll do this. I'll talk to people, but what should I say to people? If people say, yeah, sounds good. Give me a presentation. What do I have to do? Do I have to show them visuals and stuff like that? No. Let me give everybody here, to wind it up, a simple 3-step presentation. Now, you don't need a flip chart. You don't need some special PowerPoint slides. You don't need audio visual. You can do this over the phone. That's it. So I want you to imagine that this has been so easy. You gave me the option that you can pay for the cruise out of your own pocket, or earn part of your cruise so you don't pay it all out of your pocket. You can take advantage of our offer or keep your life the same. They say, well, I want to keep my life the same. I made a decision. Yes. But tell me how it works. Well, let's do it. You're going to need to know 3 things. So if you have a pencil and paper, you might want to write them down. Number 1, you're going to tell them why you are excited. So just write down the word excited. So step number 1, they say, oh, how does this work? You say, I'm so excited. I went on a cruise. I saved over half. At the time of my life, it was cheaper than staying at my Aunt Mary's. And I'm going to do it again and again. But when I do it, it'll be free. Just tell them what happened to you. And you say, well, I haven't been on a cruise. Well, tell them about somebody else. They say, so how does this work? Says, I have a friend named Tatiana. She went on an InCruises cruise, only ended up paying about $100 out of her pocket. She had the time of her life, and I didn't believe that she could dance 23 hours a day. How is that possible? Just tell them why you like it. So number one, excited. Number two, don't be a jerk. So in your notes, just write down, don't be a jerk. So let's say Abel was presenting this to me, and I said, so Abel, yeah, it sounds okay, but how does this work? And Abel says, number one, let me tell you why I'm so excited. People can cruise that can never cruise before. They can earn cruises. They can end up cruising several times a year completely free. They help people save money. It's the best thing ever. And then Abel says, number two, Big Al, are you a jerk? I said, no, I'm not a jerk. And he says, well, Big Al, if you could have these life-changing cruises and barely pay for them, would you keep it top secret and never tell your mother? No, of course I tell my mother. I'm not a jerk. If I didn't tell my mother and she found out that I kept it secret, she had to pay for her own vacations all the time, she'd be pretty upset. So no, I'd tell my mother right away, of course. And then Abel says, well, would you tell your brothers and sisters? I said, well, yeah, I'd tell them, of course, And he says, well, what about your neighbors? Nah, I don't like my neighbors. I won't tell them. So number two, Abel says, is just don't be a jerk. Tell the people you love and like about InCruises. Oh, okay. And number three, Abel looks at me and says, number three, InCruises is going to send you money. My advice is keep it. So when you tell other people about it, they join InCruises, you're going to be earning money. Just keep it. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Everything else they can learn in training or watching videos. But the 3 steps to a presentation could be, number one, tell them how wonderful it is. Number two, don't be a jerk. Let other people know. Let them decide. Don't keep it secret from them. And number three, when they send you money, keep it. It's a good deal. So there you have it. What's next is, can you do this? If for any reason you feel that you can't reach out and start talking to everybody immediately, that's just a belief problem. So pick up the phone, talk to more people who've had great experiences until you feel like, I can tell this to everybody. Once you have that feeling, it's easy. Number two, you let people know, here's this wonderful offer, or you can keep your life the same. They go, that was fair. No hard feelings, and they can choose. And if they choose, you say, well, how's it work? Tell them how wonderful it is. Say, don't be a jerk. Let other people know. And finally, when they send you money or send you credits, keep it. That's how it works. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to my good friend Abel. And for everybody here, as soon as you finish this event, start letting other people know. It's the best business in the world because we can talk to people with no rejection, never be shy. All we do is help people over and over again. So let me turn it back to Abel and the crew.
Thank you so much, Al, for coming on and spending this wonderful time with us again. I think Abel is about to come on, but what a pleasure it is. You're such a legend, and you tuned in from Thailand today, isn't it?
Yes, nice and warm in Thailand.
It's nice and warm, but it's quite late, isn't it?
It's only about 10 o'clock here. We're fine.
Okay, not too bad. So, I mean, how wonderful it is to have you here with us. And I just want to say thank you on behalf of all of the InCruises team who are here today. You know, we have people from all around the globe, and your wisdom is always a treat. So thank you so much. And Al, we hope that we can have you on again sometime, and actually we can meet face to face. So everybody show some love for Big Al in the chat. Hey, Abel, he's back on.
Thank you, Big Al. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate your time. And I didn't stop taking notes. I didn't stop taking notes the whole time. I appreciate you. And it feels like he's part of InCruises already. I mean, I want to like join his team because I'm like, man, he knows this better than I do already, Margaret, right? So it's an honor and a privilege. Thank you so much, Big Al, for sharing your time and your knowledge. And we hope to see you again very soon, my friend. By the way, awesome. For those of you who haven't checked out his books, his